Hello friends, in the series on income tax cases, today we will discuss a very different case which is based on issuing of shares at a premium. We know that there is section 56 subsection 2 clause 7b which is in the form of angel tax, although angel tax has been abolished later on by the legislature, but for the years for which this tax is applicable, this case is applicable for those years. In the present case, a very limited issue was there before Delhi ITAT bench, and the issue was that if the assessee issues some shares at a premium which is more than the fair market value, then the difference is taxed in the hands of the income of the assessee. But the assessee has a choice to adopt the method of valuation of the shares which are prescribed under Rule 11 UA. In the present case, the issue was that if the assessee values its shares according to net asset value method, but in valuing that valuation, if the assessee values some of his assets on the basis of discounted cash flow method, so whether the assessee can do that. This issue has been taken up by the tribunal in the case of Leela Tourism and Heritage Private Limited versus Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax, and this case is reported in 133 ITR Tribunal at page number 452, and the date of the judgment is 5th September 2024. The present case relates to the assessment year 16-17, and in the present case the assessee has issued shares at a premium. While the assessment proceedings were going on, the assessing officer observed that the assessee has calculated the value of the shares at per net asset value method, but in calculating the value of the share at net asset value method, the assessing officer calculated one of the investments of the assessee, which was in the form of 100% shareholding in a subsidiary company. For valuing those shares, the assessee adopted discounted cash flow method by taking the valuation report of the subsidiary company, meaning thereby that if the value of the shares, for example, is appearing as ₹100 in the balance sheet of the assessee, but the assessee has calculated the market value of those shares or the fair market value of those shares according to the discounted cash flow method, and that too on the basis of the valuation report. It was the apprehension of the learned assessing officer that the assessee cannot do that. The assessee has to adopt the value which was appearing in the balance sheet of the assessee. So accordingly, the assessing officer recalculated the fair market value of the shares and made the addition accordingly. When the matter was before the CIT appeal, the CIT appeal also upheld the order of the assessing officer. So the matter came to the tribunal. When the tribunal heard the matter, the tribunal said that the assessee has produced the valuation report as well as the market valuation of the hotel in Switzerland in German currency. The tribunal said that the valuation of shares of the subsidiary company can be done by adopting the discounted cash flow method, and the tribunal was of the opinion that the assessee can value different assets of the value by the discounted cash flow method, even if for calculating the value of its shares, the assessee is adopting the net asset value. Meaning thereby that, and for the sake of simplicity, if the assessee is following the net asset value method, and for valuing those shares at the net asset value method, the assessee has to take the different assets which are appearing in the balance sheet. So if the assessee chooses that one of the assets having greater value according to the discounted cash flow method, then the Rule 11 UA sub Rule 1 clause C gives the right to the assessee to do so. There is no enmity in following that method, and the assessee is justified and is very well in the four corners of law to adopt that value. So in the present case, the tribunal deleted the addition made by the assessing officer, which was confirmed by the CIT appeal by taking the book value of that asset. The tribunal was of the view that the assessee can value the different assets of the assessee by the discounted cash flow method for calculating the value of the shares as per net asset value method. at the end of this video. Once again, I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Leela Tourism and Heritage Private Limited versus Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax, and this case is reported in 133 ITR Tribunal at page number 452, and the date of the judgment is 5th September 2024. Thank you, friends.